Blake, I'm ready to go. What do you want to play this week?
This week I want to play Tezzeret.
Okay.
And demons.
Sure.
Like the Annex.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ketramos.
How is all of that going to work?
Don't worry, I have a deck built for you. This week we're playing Orzhov Tezzeret. Greetings, goblins and geist.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Blake.
And welcome to
The
Cloudpost, where we have new Magic the Gathering arena decks every Friday. We do ask that you like this video, and we do ask that you leave us a comment and tell us how you want us to do better.
That's right, Jake. And with that being said, the Cloudpost does not pay for advertising, so please like and share the video with your friends. It truly helps grow the community. Thank you.
Now we're going to dive into this week's deck tech with Ketramos, Tezzeret, and artifacts galore. Welcome in to the deck tech on this week's abbreviated episode of the Cloudpost. We are still hard at work trying to give you guys new, fresh, and fun things to play in such a stale standard. And Blake has some of his favorite cards here. We have an Orzhov brew with Tezzeret and Beseech the Mirror. I mean, eat your heart out, buddy.
Yeah, this is a wild build that I kind of ripped the idea from someone a long time ago. I saw the build of this is a while ago. This is like during Final Fantasy Standard. Somebody was playing Demon Wall and Unholy Annex, and I was like, that's really cool. I like that a lot. So I tried to make a build around it, and it didn't perform super well, but then, you know, time passed, and then I ended up being like, hey, Tezzeret's really good at grabbing Ghost Vacuum and Soul Guide Lantern. Very cool. And then I was like, well, that triggers well with Ketramos.
Yes. So
why not make a crazy synergistic build with these weird wonky cards that you would assume don't go together, but hey, they do. And we're going to talk about why. So it's mainly it's a mix of a shell, right? It's Tezzeret with a bunch of
Tezzeret artifact deck.
Tezzeret artifact deck with
toolbox.
A ton of one-drop toolbox cards. A lot of them have synergy with Ketramos because they exile cards, and Ketramos loves that.
Yeah, draw a bunch of cards.
And then in addition to that, an additional win condition is Demon Wall with Unholy Annex.
Right.
But the fun thing with Demon Wall is that it's an artifact, so you can give it a +1/+1 counter on with Tezzeret, which makes it able to swing. So it's just an additional, like, little synergy.
Yeah, a bunch of these cards work together.
Yeah.
And the reason, you know, really probably the biggest reason to be white with Tezzeret is Duskrow's Reliquary.
Duskrow's Reliquary, I mean, I don't know if you can build it without it. I really don't. It's the best removal spell that's an artifact that I can even think of. But it does require you to have fodder for it.
Yep, so you do have to have something to sacrifice, be it artifact or creature, but we have plenty of those. But you're running 4 of these, and it feels like you have so many more because of the toolbox effect of Tezzeret. You do have a one of Hardlight Containment in here, not an artifact, but more removal.
Yeah, it's a very cool card. My original deck with this had 4 of these, and as time progressed, I took them out. Just because it's not an artifact. So it doesn't really synergize with the deck as well as you want. You can't search for it with Tezzeret. It's just an additional removal piece. And it's probably the best additional removal piece for this build. Like, you could run Tragic Trajectory, sure, that's pretty good. But you could also run Seam Rip, sure, that's pretty good. But this hits, like, any creature.
It hits any
creature.
There's
no condition to it.
Right, just have something to put it on.
Yeah, which you will have.
Grimbobble's great in this deck.
Really great.
This card's obviously good, period, but you know, when you are an artifact deck, this card's awesome.
It's just a cool, I love the art for this, for one. And in addition to that, it is a really good removal spell, and it also, like, is awesome to grab with Tezzeret on the field. Then he gets a +1 to his loyalty, and this kills a creature, so usually you kill the swinger. It's cool. It's a good card.
Hall Carver is another card you love that's here, and you can fetch it with Tezzeret. So
it's a 1/1 Death Touch. I mean,
yeah,
what's not to like with a one of?
And then Candy Trail does everything for this deck because you want to play it on turn 1.
Yep.
You get to scry, and then this is what you're mostly going to sack with, like Duskrow's Reliquary.
Yes. This is kind of like your biggest fodder piece. And if you can't find anything that makes you sack it, well, you can just sack it yourself and draw some cards. Just a good card. I've fallen in love with Candy Trail. Yeah,
I mean, it was played way back in the, like, Ginger Brute deck and, like, Zoetic Glyph times.
Oh, yeah.
But it's getting new life now that you have the Cruel Captain in Standard. We have 4 one-ofs next. I love the one-ofs. We have a Ghost Vacuum that we can fetch out.
You need this card for Ketramos. Also, it's just very, very powerful against VV.
The Phenomena Recorder is, you know, of course, this is like Spider-Man's camera, right?
Yeah, I think it's Peter Parker's camera. I actually have to look up the name of it, but I honestly like this in Duskmorn style better. It's cool looking.
This is really sweet with this deck. Now, granted, this is probably something, if you play best of threes with the deck, you can side out on occasion, because in a way it can be like a win more card. We have so many triggered abilities in this deck that, you know, and activated abilities for that matter, that this has a lot of room to just, I don't know, I guess smash your opponent in different ways. Like, you can double up on Ritual Chambers. You can double up on Tezzeret getting an activated ability and search up 2 things. You can double up on the removal spells when Dusk Rose enters and you target something to exile. You can hit 2 things.
Yeah.
It just goes on and on.
There's so many different abilities to copy. Your plays are infinite.
Yeah. I love Soul Guide is a silver bullet for, like, Ghost Vacuum is nice targeted graveyard removal and it works with Ketramos, but Soul Guide is a nice, like, hey, let's fetch this with Tezzeret against like a Reanimator build that has a full graveyard.
Yep. Just
get rid of all of it.
Exactly.
And then ever since you've been building the Tezzeret build, you've had Market Backwalker. I agree, it still needs to be in the deck.
Yes, Market Backwalker is probably your late game response to like a stale board state where like you and your opponent are just drawing, just trying to hope to find the next best answer. And well, you get this on the field for like 4 or 5 mana, or 4 or 5 +1/+1 counters. Probably usually start around like 2 or 3 at the late game. But being able to draw cards after it dies is really good. And if you have it with Tezzeret, you can give it additional +1/+1 counters. So then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then eventually can blow up.
Totally.
There's also so many ways to sack it.
Right, yeah, I mean, Duskro's Reliquary is built right in. So even if you've got 2 counters on this thing, I mean, that sounds amazing to me. You sack this, draw 2 cards, exile their thing.
Yep.
You know?
Very good.
We talked about Demon Wall, but Blake did mention, of course, you can put counters on it with Tezzeret, activate it sooner.
Keep in mind, it has Menace.
It has Menace, yeah.
Defender's annoying, but Defender goes away. Menace does not. Menace stays on this thing and actually beats people to death.
Yeah. Strategic Betrayal, you probably see this in any Ketramos build, but this is pretty well positioned in Standard.
That's really the reason it's in. I've been wanting to take this card out of the deck, but because Vivi is the mastermind behind Standard, you kind of need it. It just kind of, it helps shut that deck down.
And we do have a new Spider-Man card. It's actually through the Omen Paths, of course, so this is the Terminus of Return.
This is the Soulstone in Standard Spider-Man. Strategic Betrayal also turns Ketramos online, which is very, very helpful.
Much faster than, say, Ghost Vacuum.
Yeah, but it's only against certain matchups that it does that, but it is also really good against the Bringer of the Light deck. So, hey, this card's just a good Standard card right now. Terminus Return doesn't really have any synergy as far as its ultimate, but it is a mana rock for black, and Tezzeret can untap it, so do what you will with that.
And we talked about the all-stars of the deck, Ketramos the New Dawn. We pretty much have told you every way that we turn it on. It's very good. You draw cards. Tezzeret, though, man, I mean, this is the most fun piece for me in the deck. Maybe, you'll have fun with this and ultimate it out there. It definitely can win games.
Yeah, this guy is wild. This might be my new favorite Planeswalker, like, card that's been printed in, like, years. I'm trying to think of the last Planeswalker card I fell in love with, but I think it's this one.
Yeah, I mean, we're both big Tezzeret fans here at the Cloudpost, and this is a really great card design, for sure. It
really is cool. He doesn't have any +1s, but every time you play an artifact, it goes crazy,
Yeah.
And if you can start, like, chaining artifacts by drawing cards and stuff, then it really goes nuts.
Yeah, then you could ult it soon,
There are so many games where you have, like, Ketramos out, and then you, like, play Tezzeret, go grab a Duskro's Reliquary or something, exile something, draw a card. Hey, look, I drew a thing. I can play another thing. Oh, it's Soulguide Lantern. Okay, then I can exile another thing. Tezzeret gets
draw another thing. Tezzeret,
it like chains into its own like win condition. It's just bonkers. It's so good.
And we hadn't even mentioned some of the fun of this deck. I'll skip over this Day of Judgment for a second because Blake has also been trying to get Beseech the Mirror into the best shell since it's been out. Since this card has been out. And I
think I did it.
This is really sweet in this deck because if you build a bargain deck, you have to have things to throw away, and we've got a whole silver trash pile over here, so you can bargain things. And then this is even more toolbox, so this can go get a Tezzeret, this can get a one-of Day of Judgment that we've got in the deck.
They can get it. It's really like if Ketramos and Tezzeret aren't doing enough for you, you beseech into the thing that is.
Yeah.
Also, Ketramos doesn't die to Day of Judgment.
Right.
Neither does Tezzeret.
Yeah.
So you are fine to Day of Judgment. Ketramos stays on the field. Their creatures die. You feel good about that. Oh, I want to grab Unholy Annex. So I want to start drawing cards. So you can do that too.
Yeah.
They're just. It really is just like toolbox. It's a toolbox build.
Yeah.
Like, there's
super
so many
fun.
search abilities with this deck, and Beseech the Mirror works incredibly well with Terminus of Return.
Yeah,
That was the main reason I was able to put it in the deck.
Yeah, so yeah, they definitely love each other as far as this is giving you the black mana. This means that you can do this ability on turn 3, and then if you need to, yeah, you just sack the Terminus. They're like made for each other.
They really are. Extremely powerful synergy there. I don't even know what else I can add to this deck. There's some concepts that I have in my head of different things I've played around with and maybe go back to, but this is the best shell I could put in standard right now. And I'll talk about the other cards in a little bit, but we're gonna talk about the sideboard first.
Absolutely.
Well, first off, let's look at the mana.
Yeah, so mana is nice and straightforward. We have Godless Shrine in standard, so I love it. You got right here, you have this is 4 of these and 4 of these, so that's 8 duels. And then you still have Concealed Courtyard, so that's 11.
Yep.
Starting Town is obvious. Most decks are going to run Starting Town because it's so good, but also this is sweet because of how many colorless things we have. And then we've got 2 basics and some tech lands, and the tech lands are fun. You definitely run a Famari Vault if you have it to craft, because we're going to have, 2, 5 artifacts laying around, and this card is good.
It becomes extremely easy to search your library with this card as well. If you can't find an answer, this will find it for you.
Yeah.
In addition to this, you have Scene of the Crime, which is probably the worst land in the deck. But hey, good. And look at that text right there. It says artifact.
It is an artifact, so you can search it with Tezzeret, right? You
Yes.
can untap it with Tezzeret.
Yep.
And then yeah, sure, it's a clue.
Yeah, it's a clue. So it's just a really weird tech piece. It's only a 1 of. You can see why.
But Soulstone Sanctuary, you definitely had to put in some number because you're an Annex deck.
You're an Annex deck and you're mainly artifacts, so you can mostly cast this or cast your stuff with it, which is fine. But yeah, mainly because of Annex.
Yeah, I think the mana base is good.
It's crisp.
The
The only thing I could say you could consider doing is taking out the plains and adding another swamp because Beseech the Mirror, but that's up to you. I like having the ability to have Dusk Rose and Hardlight Containment early in the game.
You do still have a good amount of black sources though, Blake, because this is, like I said, 11 plus 4 is 15, 16 if you count the basics. So yeah, you have 16 black sources.
In my testing, I haven't had any struggles casting my stuff unless I just didn't have the mana in general, but like everything has been able to be casted, even Beseech the Mirror, with no issue, especially because of Terminus. So yeah, sideboard time.
Sideboard, these colors offer a lot of options, really hard choices to make, but we're going with some staples. Authority of the Councils.
Yeah, you get to beat up mono red. It also is really good against the Nova Hellkite.
Duress, staple.
Staple for black. You got to get rid of the counter spells for your opponent.
You can have another Ghost Vacuum against VV.
Against any graveyard synergy, Ghost Vacuum is amazing. And you're going to want this in the sideboard, I think. I had it in the main. I had 2 in the main, but in addition to Soul Guide Lantern. So it was good. I just don't think you need that many because you can go searching for your stuff. So I put it in the sideboard.
And then a 1 of Disenchant, blows up, Agatha Soul Cauldron, blows up Overlord of the Baelmerk, blows up, just there's a lot of stuff running around.
I wanted something with instant speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really that. Because you have Exercise, which is good and kind of synergizes better with the deck because Ketramos, but it's not instant speed. And I felt like that was kind of messing me up here and there. So there's
1 of Get Lost.
Kind of the same concept, but this hits Planeswalkers. That is honestly one of the harder things to deal with is Planeswalkers, but luckily enough for us, they're not really out there.
Rest in Peace is so good in this deck. Rest in Peace is obviously an all-star sideboard card, but we're a Ketramos deck.
We're a Ketramos deck. I will say it does make Ghost Vacuum worse, but you kind of just want it in addition because of how much graveyard hate you need against decks like VV and Bringer.
Right.
So,
and
both is good.
At least with Ghost Vacuum in this deck, we have stuff to do with it. We can sack it.
True.
And do stuff. And then we round it out with 2 more Day of Judgments.
Yep, want to be able to have the board wipes to kill the creature-heavy deck, so there you go. So this should be able to, fare well against most of the standard meta decks.
Yeah, so this is what we have for you this week. We again apologize for the abbreviated video due to time constraints. However, we very much encourage you to download this deck. Take the link in the description of the video and have this on your very own arena.
Yes, you can. There are some additional cards I want to show you real quick.
Oh, sure. Some toy around.
Some play around with cards. The first one is Basilisk Collar. Where is Basilisk Collar at? The Basilisk Collar is really good. Giving a creature Death Touch and Lifelink is cool, and giving that to Ketramos isn't huge, but it does give him Death Touch, which can make your like pushes against your opponent better. It's just a weird one. I will say, honestly, do your own research with this build. I would say if you want to download the deck, go ahead and do so in the Aether Hub, and then in your own testing, play against a bunch of decks, see how you feel about it, and then look through the 1-drops of what you think might be best to put in. Because this card's also kind of good if you really needed mana, and if you don't really have this mana base, you can go with Fountain Port Bell to help you find your mana. Just an option. There's a ton of cool artifacts out there. I feel like there's a billion ways to make this shell, but this is what I stumbled upon. I mean,
what you settled on.
Yeah,
I mean, you've been testing it. We've tested this in other colors. You know, I mean,
yeah, we have. I'm so stuck on Duskrose Reliquary with Tezzeret. It is such a powerful combination. But yeah, that's really, Basilisk Collar is great. You could run more of the Market Backwalkers I've had for a minute. You could run more Ghost Vacuums. You can run, what's the sacrifice card? Dagger? Not Dagger. What's the name of this thing? Oh, what am I thinking of? Tithing Blade.
Oh, Tithing Blade.
Tithing Blade.
Yeah, so that's not a 1-drop that you can get with Tezzeret, but it's an artifact, and it's good.
And it's sacrificable, and it also can gain you life.
Yeah, you can craft.
In a previous build, I did have this pop off a few times, becoming Consuming Sepulcher. But it's not often that you really need to do that kind of thing. It's a possibility. If there's a lot of decks out there that have like big fat, if mid-range is popular and really strong, this is a good card.
Yeah,
that's really it. Mid-range isn't right now, so I took it out. I've mainly, this kind of feels similar, but this is just better against the meta. So that's really kind of what I ended up with that with. What else is there? I really don't think I can think of many other awesome artifact synergies with it. I really put together as best I could. That you can put more hard-light containments in if you want, but I think that's really it. Basilisk Collar, Tithing Blade, maybe more Phenomena Recorders. This card's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun, and once it's spent, you know, it's a great sack fodder.
It really is. It just, you know, works well with the deck. But you can only do it 3 times, so
yeah.
I don't know.
But you can copy that Beseech the Mirror trigger, right?
You can copy a lot of triggers. You can untap it with Tezzeret and do it again. Like, that is really, it's a fun card. Also being able to, if you have the mana, make multiple demons is cool too.
Yeah, I mean it's 7 mana, but yeah, Ritual Chamber plus that, pretty sweet.
Or you can even copy the trigger with the draw card. You draw two cards.
Or drain them twice.
Drain them twice, yeah. It's a lot of cool stuff. I would say absolutely put Phenomena Recorder in the build.
Just to see it pop off.
Yeah, it's done so many cool things for us already. But unfortunately, we don't have the crazy time for you guys for the matches. We're running short on that. But thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the video. And with that, we will catch you next Friday.